Hello, everybody. Welcome to the EOS Hot Sauce, episode number 161. I'm your host, Dan Singjoy. I hope that you're having a beautiful day out there and you're excited for some cosmically spicy EOS stories. Jumping right into it, the topics that we'll discuss today is the Pomelo Season 3 launch, funding public goods in the new EOS, widespread attention for the new EOS with the ENF quarterly report summary, a new partnership with Zaisan, Greymass June update, happy birthday to Wax, the Fractally newsletter, Helios Q2 Report, an Eden positioning workshop, Fractal fiction workshop for the EOS Design, and EOS Community Events. So first topic that we'll discuss is the Pomelo Season 3 launch. Pomelo Season 3 applications are now open, and you can go to pomelo.io to submit your application. There's over $366,000 available for public goods this season with the power of quadratic funding. Pomelo shared an excellent mega thread where you can learn everything that you need to know about this season. There's also some free Pomelo NFT prizes involved here as well. So I'll share you a quick overview of the thread. They start with an introduction to Pomelo. And of course, you can also check out pomelo.io to see all the great public goods so far that have been submitted for this season, as well as learn much more about Pomelo on the pomelo.io website. Pomelo, of course, empowers EOS with all types of public goods. So you can build any type of public good that inspires you, and you can learn more about different types of public goods and so forth in the mega thread from Pomelo. You can also learn what are public goods. So public goods need to be non-rivalrous and non-excludable. Pomelo shared an excellent article about this last week that has many details to help explain exactly what Pomelo or exactly what public goods are. So definitely check that out to learn and make sure that you're submitting public goods and promoting public goods on Pomelo. And then once your grant is approved, then it's time to promote it. So you can sign up for pitch sessions for your Pomelo pitch at 4 different places, or 5, I think, actually, in a couple different languages. You can check out this tweet here for weekly Twitter spaces, generate EOS YouTube videos, and rapid fire sessions and WeChat. And then you can register, sign up on the Google Doc here, and then learn much more details about each of these different places where you can promote your pitch. Of course, with the power of quadratic funding, small donations can have a very big impact with just a small amount of EOS. So Pomelo is super helpful for the EOS ecosystem and for everybody in this way. And you can also support public goods by purchasing new space-themed NFTs. So these are really cool looking and a great way to support public goods and all the great projects in EOS. You can learn more in the Pomelo blog, and you can see all the art, and you can learn a detailed description about how you can purchase these NFTs, how you can blend them, what you can do with them, all sorts of cool stuff. And then of course, there's also some really cool infographics that explain it as well. There's also a retweet contest for this mega thread with Bounty Block, where you can win free Pomelo NFTs by helping Pomelo spread the word. So check that out, and then check out the Bounty Block site that's linked in the tweet, and you can register there, connect your wallet, and follow and retweet and so forth for the ability to win sweet Pomelo NFTs. Also, the Pomelo team hosted their first Pomelo Twitter Spaces event 2 days ago on Wednesday. It happened about an hour before the EOS Community Fireside Chat. It was a fascinating conversation. It was great to hear from Stefan and Daniel on the Pomelo team, as well as some public goods creators, like we heard from Lars from Readable Realms and Francis from Facings. So it's great conversation. They're also going to be doing this every Wednesday at the same time for I think the next 3 or 4 weeks during the season. So it'd be great to hear many awesome Pomelo public goods pitches there. And I enjoyed listening to this one, and I'm enjoying listening and learning more for the next ones as well, very much. And of course, you can also listen to more about Pomelo Season 3 on this week's Fireside Chat. There are many great conversations there. And then also this week, the CEO of EOS Nation and a pioneer leading funding public goods and new EOS with Pomelo, Daniel Keys joined Hubi Global and spoke about funding public goods and new EOS on a new podcast. So this is really interesting and really fascinating. Daniel Keys shared quite a lot of helpful details and an excellent overview of Pomelo that's really great to share with friends here. And there's also some exciting new details about Pomelo Season 3. And overall, he was talking about how we can fund public goods and how we are funding public goods with the new EOS in ways that were never possible before and are super helpful for the EOS ecosystem. There's also a short clip here that you can see with the host, Michaela, and Daniel. So definitely recommend checking this out. I really enjoyed listening to this podcast and always love to hear from Daniel and more from the Pomelo team of Pomelo. And then also Chris Barnes from Helios shared a top moments video where he featured Pomelo as a top moment. So that's great to see as well. Thank you to Helios and thank you to Pomelo. And also thank you to the bees. We're talking about how Pomelo grants will help pay people to promote EOS and to do all sorts of great things for EOS. And thank you to the ENF for providing the funding for the Pomelo season 3. Pomelo season 3. So grant applications are now open, and then also the donations will open next week. So get in there and stake your claim to 350K matching pool. And I'm looking forward to seeing all the public goods. I'm really excited for this Pomelo season 3. And we'll talk more about it next week. And also, I think we're going to see a lot of really cool public goods this week coming up, and I'm looking forward to seeing the whole season. Today, we're also doing a party cracker giveaway, as we do, and we're doing it with Bounty Block, as we've been doing with this new technology for the past few weeks. So you can go to the most recent tweet, or one of the most recent tweets from EOS Nation, which is promoting this EOS hot sauce, and like and retweet to help spread the word about public goods with EOS and about the new EOS and all the great things that are going on. Like and subscribe for more great videos and share with friends, and then check out the link here to join the contest, and then you can link your account and then win some cool EOS NFTs in the Party Cracker giveaways. I'll also check out the chat here too. It looks like we have lots of excitement. Max Cho, go EOS. Go EOS. And yes, absolutely. The tweets that we can share here are great. And I love Pomelo too, Daniel and Yarrow showing off the Pomelos, and Catherine Haggerty, Peace, Veronica. Great to see everybody here, and check out Pomelo season 3 at pomelo.io. Thank you everybody so much for being here and supporting public goods with EOS. The next topic that we'll discuss now is the quarterly report summary thread with lots of EOS alpha. So last week we featured the ENF quarterly report, which has many fascinating details. It's a 19-page report. Check out the hot sauce from last week to see an overview, and check out the EOS Network blog to read the full report, to learn all about the activities and grants and financial expenditures and so forth of the EOS Network Foundation over the past 3 months. It's been awesome seeing all their progress. This week, or a couple days ago, Eve shared a thread with a high-level summary of the sport and lots of juicy alpha. So I'll show you a quick overview of this. He shares a lot of really great updates here. So first, he starts off by talking about the growth of the ENF team and the establishment of ENF USA and Hong Kong, and key hires like Nathan James, the new CMO. And yeah, so there, I'm just giving you a quick overview here, but there's lots of great hires and lots of people joining the team that are really going to be helping EOS and the ENF. He also features the ENF working groups who have done and are doing great works with the blue papers and with think techs, and also the growth of DeFi and the Yield Plus blue paper and the Recover Plus blue paper, and the synergies that will enable DeFi like nowhere else with trust and security and lots of yield. Also about the EOS.io coalition. A lot of these things we've done, or we've featured and talked about a lot in past episodes as well. So I'll just give you a quick overview, and then you can check out the thread to learn more. Also seeing the huge progress in GitHub development, great to see, and the EOS EVM updates, with more coming soon at Token 2049 in about 2 months with the sponsorship. Also, all sorts of funding going on around the EOS ecosystem from the ENF, and then also the Q3 and Q4 roadmap with lots of exciting details. The new EOS, as Eva Rose says, has an incredibly exciting news roadmap, and the next few months are going to be crazy. So check out that full report there. Also, in really cool news this week, this was featured by Lunar Crush. So Lunar Crush picked up on the story about the Q2 report and picked up on Eve's thread. Lunar Crush is a very big platform which has like 300,000 followers that focuses on growth in the crypto community. So it's great to see the added growth and attention on EOS, and you can see big numbers in social engagements, up over 177% in the past week. Part of that is part of it's just because Eve is making great threads and the EOS community is making great engaging tweets. And as you can see here, as Lunar Crush features it in several posts here, in addition to that thread. And then part of it's also from the EOS Bees. EOS Bees launched the EOS Bees Swarms last week. We featured on the hot sauce last week, so check that out for more details. But basically, they've been doing very well, and they've been helping to promote EOS very much and getting a lot of attention and boosting many threads from Yves and Pomelo and so forth. You can learn more on this week's EOS Fireside Chat from Jesse from the Bees and also from Mark from Tippett. And then, yeah, so thank you to the Bees and thank you for Yves. And I'm looking forward to seeing all these awesome things on the roadmap. Yves also shared a couple more threads highlighting the new EOS, which is great to see, talking about both the roadmap and then the technical roadmap from the ENF, where you can see all the technical developments coming up. So there's lots of great tweets here and lots of great things with this theme of the new EOS. It's great to see that Yves and the EOS community have been reaching out and educating people about all the great new developments in the new EOS and with the new thread or with the new quarterly report and also the pages from, from the quarterly report. And then also there's a great article from Bywire as well here too, of course, about a similar subject. So that's that. We'll move on to the next topic now, also related to ENF progress. So the ENF partnered with Zaisan Global. So Zaisan is a team of EOS OGs who will focus on helping with business development in Europe and Dubai, including representing the EOS community at 20 plus events this year. Awesome to see. The Zaisan team will be representing EOS at the Future Blockchain Summit in October this year and many more conferences. So this is awesome. Zaisan has been building with EOS for a long time, and they have operated with the Europe chain, which I'll show you in a moment. You can learn much more there. Zach shared some great details for about 20 minutes about why this partnership is so helpful in the Fireside Chat from this week. And you can see the timestamps, of course, to find that quickly. And you can check out zaisan.io to see who Zaisan is, learn more about them. You can see a talk with their CEO, Red, who's also associated with EOS Amsterdam. And then you can check out Europe Chain, which is running with EOS.io in Europe. And then also you could check out the Gen Pool Spotlight from a few months ago with the Zaisan team talking about the EOS Core Blue Paper. So it's great to see this new partnership with Zaisan, and I'm looking forward to seeing EOS represented at all those events. It's awesome to see. The next topic that we'll discuss is the June update for Greymass. So this update includes some news on Anchor and Unicove and ledger fixes and some information about SDK proposals and recruiting and growing team for Greymass. So it's very interesting as always and very well written. You can learn about the Anchor updates and the Unicove updates with the beautiful interface, and to make account creation much easier on EOS and EOS.io, and then also their new support portal and their new SDKs with their RFPs. And then you can learn about the new hires and new positions that Greymass is looking for. So you can get in contact with Greymass if you're interested in working with them. Greymass was also funded with a grant of $333,000 to support their specialized work from the ENF, which is great to see. And of course, the ENF is officially open for business and funding many great businesses like Greymass. So you can get in contact with the ENF to learn more. And then you can check out Greymass's project at greymass.com for the Anchor wallet, and then also unicove.io, which has really beautiful design. So thank you, Greymass. Looking forward to seeing more. And yeah, we'll move on to the next topic. But yeah, huge thank you to Greymass. They do amazing work for the EOS ecosystem. The next topic that we'll discuss today is a happy birthday to Wax. So Wax, of course, is an EOS.io blockchain using most performant technology stack for blockchains in the world. And Wax has been running now since 2017, 5 years, and three of the most popular apps in the world for blockchain games are running on Wax, and also EOS with Upland on that list as well. Great to see. Yves shared a thread, a short thread congratulating Wax, and then also sharing the top priorities for the EOS.io coalition, which is also, of course, working with Wax and EOS and Telos and the UX network. Of course, Wax is doing amazing work and has a huge amount of growth. You can learn at wax.io, and then you can check out the Everything EOS weekly reports from May 9th to learn how 4 of the top 5 blockchain games are running on EOS VM and see how many players are playing all these different games and so forth, and some other weekly reports too. July 11th weekly report. Yves wrote an excellent article recently about GameFi, which Wax and EOS do profoundly well, and you can learn more here about the huge majority of GameFi in EOS.io on Wax and EOS, and then also more on the July 18th weekly report, where Yves wrote another article about the evolution of GameFi, and you can learn more about why EOS and Wax are so helpful for this. There's also a new interface on Atomic Hub for both Wax and EOS for trading NFTs, which is great to see. Atomic Hub is doing great work, and it The NFTs will be very helpful for both Wax and EOS. And yeah, you can also check out the thread from Eve here to learn more about all the great alpha that we also featured a couple weeks ago with the EOS.io coalition working with Wax and EOS to make EOS.io even better. And then also, of course, all the blog posts on the EOS Network site to learn more about the EOS coalition. Happy birthday to X. The next topic that we'll discuss is the Fractally Q1, Q2 newsletter. So Fractally shared their first newsletter with bits and bytes recap of what the Fractally team and Fractally community has been doing for the past 4 months or so since launching. I've been participating every week with Fractally, and I'm super excited about it. So I was thrilled to see this newsletter. It's also very helpful for EOS and related quite closely with the Eden Fractal. You can check out this newsletter to learn a high-level overview of some exciting developments in Fractally and the Fractal community. So there's conferences coming up with Dan Larimer and also John Williamson, some great EOS community members sharing the words about fractal governance on with all blockchains and EOS and so forth. There's also the first Fractal Genesis Fractal. We've been meeting every week with approximately 40 people on most weeks or so, and doing the Fractal consensus process really helpful. You can also see statistics from all of these rounds so far, and you can check out sneak peeks from the upcoming Fractally apps. And yeah, you can read articles from Matt Langston, who's a great community member, sharing an overview as well of what's been going on in Fractally, and he has also been collecting some results as well from the Fractally Genesis group to show how it's been going and the distribution of respect tokens. And so far, it's really interesting to see. So that's great to see all the progress from Fractally in this newsletter. You can learn more at gofractally.com, and you can also sign up every Saturday at 16 UTC for the weekly meetings and meet many people in the EOS community participate these and learn more at fractally.com. So thank you, Fractally. The next topic that we'll discuss while we're on the topics of Q2 reports is Helios released their Q2 report and shared many helpful ideas and many great writings and lots of exciting initiatives from Helios. Always love to see the progress from Helios here. So the weekly report, I'll give you a high-level overview of the Helios evolution. It talks about their new mission and observations in Q2 and where Helios is at right now and so forth. There's also updates on the incubator, which is now in the 4th wave and working with many exciting EOS.io projects that will help benefit EOS and the world greatly. And then also some talk about the Q2 media output from Helios as well. So it's really great to see this well-organized content from Helios. Of course, they're also putting out a huge amount of great content on YouTube and Twitter Spaces and so forth with their spotlights and top moments and breakfast and blockchain and so forth. And they have some exciting plans for breaching the solar system and expanding EOS and EOS.io in Q3. So thank you to Helios. Another great thing they did this week too was hosting Eden positioning workshops with Chris Barnes and Gabrielle Shaw. So I participated in this, and they're going to be happening for Eden members next Tuesday at 14 UTC as well. It was really fascinating. And I'm not sure if this is all public right now, so I won't show up much, but basically we did some great brainstorming on the future of Eden and so forth. So definitely recommend checking that out, and big thank you to Helios. Also on that note, Lars from Immutable Realms is also starting up a fractal fiction experiment using the Eden process to create a short story for an EOS Zine for Immutable Realms. So he's looking for 8 more volunteers to participate in this first fractal fiction. I signed up and I'm really excited about this. I'm also trying to help spread the word. He put out a message here that explains a bit more in the Eden on EOS Telegram chat, and he shared more on the Pomelo Season 3 Twitter Spaces where you can learn more, as well as the Fireside Chat. And of course, you can check out Lars's work. He does amazing work and great art, and we featured it on the EOS Hot Sauce 2 weeks ago. And then he said, thanks for that. So you can check out more to learn more about Lars's work there. So check out that and sign up for that if you're interested in participating in the Fractal Fictions. And we'll move on to some more EOS community events that are coming up. So on the topic of Eden, the Eden Chief Delegate interviews from Nova Crypto and Patrick have all been recorded, and they'll be coming out on the 23rd. So tomorrow, I'm very excited about this and very appreciative for the Chief Delegates and for Patrick. So keep an eye out for these to watch them and learn more about each Chief Delegate's goals and thoughts and so forth. Patrick is also sharing another special LATAM interview, or rather podcast, with Maurice Venegas and about HuFi and about EOS Marketplace. So these are also fascinating. So thank you to EOS Marketplace and Maurice and Patrick. That's coming up tomorrow as well. and then also the Eden Chief Delegates. So Chris, Han, Luca, and myself, we met for the second Chief Delegate meeting this Monday. We're going to meet for the third one in a few more days. Many interesting discussions here. You can check it out on Twitter here, and then also the Odyssey Eden on EOS channel. Very exciting things. I'll leave it at that for now, but lots of interesting discussions going on here. We've also been discussing this at the Eden Town Hall show hosted by Felix and myself. So we do this every Sunday at 16 UTC. Everyone's welcome to join us. Felix has been making great videos with great timestamps and publishing them on Felix's channel. Thank you to Felix. And then Felix also made an awesome video that's super helpful, discussing a recap of the Eden 3 election that happened 2 weeks ago, and then also walking through the Eden interface. It's a great way to show what Eden is to beginners and to show off exactly how it works. Felix did an awesome job there. So thank you to Felix, and definitely recommend checking that out. Also in this video, he talked about Pomelo grants. So it's a really great overview of all the different, or several different public goods mechanisms in the new EOS. Felix has also been doing great work with the Eden Fractal. He published Eden Fractal week 7 and several other ones, and he's been doing timestamps for each of these, so you can see all the discussions that we've been having easily at the Eden Fractal meetings and the Eden Town Halls and so forth. And you can join the Discord as well. And then I've been curating this with the Eden Fractal, or rather the Eden Creators YouTube playlist. You can watch all the videos from both of these events there, in addition to Felix's YouTube channel. And you can join the Eden Fractal every Wednesday at 13 UTC. Of course, you can also join the EOS Community Fireside Chat every Wednesday at 19 UTC to speak with many of the best builders in EOS, like Eve and Zach and Brendan and Daniel and all these amazing builders. Everyone's welcome to join, of course. And then you can also check out the Fireside Chats and great clips like this one with Aaron from Greymass to learn much more about all the great progress in EOS. And then also this week, in addition to Fireside Chat, of course, there's the weekly Mando meeting number 24, as the Mando consensus upgrade is coming closer. You can watch on YouTube, and as always, read the meeting notes on GitHub. Great to see the developments from the team working on Mando. And then the last community event that will feature here is the Helios Twitter Spaces. So as always, Helios hosts a Twitter Space event every Friday at 17 UTC, which is in approximately 37 minutes. We'll be discussing the Futures Conference and Eden on EOS, and I think also earning EOS by simply using Twitter with the EOS Bees. I'm going to be participating here, and we've had some really fascinating and helpful discussions over the past few weeks. So I encourage everybody to join the discussions and keep talking about EOS. I'll also check the chat here too. I just checked and I see lots of comments, so I miss a lot. I'm not sure if I'll have a chance to read everything now, but yeah, EOS BTC is popping off right now. I see the prices going up, which is awesome to see. Yano with Fire, and Andrew and Ian Wood and Veronica, PPD also with Fire, Nova Crypto, Go EOS, amazing tweets by Eves, and yeah, awesome stuff going on with all these different projects going on in the EOS and EOS IO space. Thank you, Patrick and Andrew. There's a lot of comments here, and SDS just Googled design is from magazine. Cool. Oscar, great to see Oscar. He's doing amazing work in the community, and in the chat, Nova Crypto is sharing many promotions and spreading the word about the different events in the EOS community. So yeah, thank you everybody so much for joining us. Thank you for all the great comments in the chat, and I hope to see you at these EOS community events throughout the week, and also at this Twitter Spaces coming up in about 35 minutes. And then also I'm looking forward to seeing everybody's Pomelo pitches too, and helping to fund and support public goods to make all these awesome things happen in EOS. Thank you everybody so much for joining us. Remember to like, subscribe, and share to help grow EOS. I'm thrilled to be sharing more exciting news with you, more spicy news with you, and next week on the EOS Hot Sauce. Until then, remember to keep it spicy. Thank you, everybody. Have a great weekend. I'll see you next week. And as always, go EOS. Go